Now let's talk about the concept of investment, because many authors, that includes Kiyosaki, many authors, many books, many references will define investment in a lot of ways. The sort of definition that I'd like to employ right now is twofold. The first is a very general definition of what it means to invest, and the second one is a more specific definition of investing, especially when you compare investing with getting involved in business. So let's start with the general definition first. To invest simply means to put in time, money, and effort in a certain vehicle in exchange for a certain return. So we talked about returns during the first whiteboard series. I don't need to explain what it means. That is greater than your input. Let's have a very common example. Your education, your college education is an investment. The typical college course lasts for 4 years, and in those 4 years you spend money, tuition, miscellaneous, your overhead to go to school, for your food, transportation, and so on and so forth. You put in time going to school and doing all of your requirements, whereas you could, go to the mall. Instead of going to the mall, you have no choice but to go to school. That is part of your investment, and there is effort involved. You take quizzes, exams, submit projects, and what is the return for this 4-year investment that you have? Well, when you graduate and get a job, your salary is definitely higher compared to someone who was not able to finish a college degree. So as you can see here, the return for your investment is good. Okay? Other vehicles where you could put your investment in include a certain stock, let's say a stock of San Miguel, and we're going to talk about stocks when we go to the Philippine Stock Exchange, or maybe a mutual fund. We're going to talk about mutual funds when we go to First Metro. And you could also have insurance, you could also have pre-need plans, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at the more specific definition of investing versus business. What's the difference between investing and business? By and large, an investor is someone who puts in money in a certain business but is not directly involved in its operation, whereas someone who gets into the business that has a more active role is what you might call an investor partner or an investor manager. Now, the beautiful thing about investing, especially if you take a passive role, once again, is that it frees up your time. And with that free time, you could invest in other instruments, get involved in other business, and do other things to improve your income stream. The downside of being passively involved as an investor is that you don't have that much control over the vehicle. Okay? And for some people, they don't want that. They want to have a more active participation. Therefore, if that's your thing, then I would strongly recommend that you get involved in a hands-on business. Don't just be an investor, but be an investor partner or an investor manager.